direction anyway. Now, when the market shifts back to, which is what we're talking about, we talk about every day, and we're not seeing any signs of it, any meaningful signs. When the market starts to slip back to a more balanced market, and Julie gave you guys the definition of that on the podcast, I think a few days ago,
yes,
into a buyer's market, which won't happen for years, then you're going to see, guess what? Buyer's agent commissions in most markets will start outpacing what listing agents are able to charge.
Yeah, I mean, you see it with builders, right? When the market's hot, they say no commission for you, or they tighten up and say
in some markets,
or they'll say if you weren't accompanying your buyer, you don't get a commission. They up
play
their
hardball.
rules. They play hardball, right? Not all builders, so you have to know what you're dealing with. And then when the market slows down, what do? They say bonus on top of your normal commission. If you get this in contract by Friday, you get an extra $1,500 or whatever it is.
Julie and I joke about this because it really did happen that when we were driving from Las Vegas to Southern California, and this was probably in 2008, we passed in Victorville, California, a billboard that was, you could see for miles. Basically, it was a builder who had a bunch of unsold homes. You could see them from the freeway, whatever that road was called. What was that road?
It was a 15, I think.
Who
10
knows?
or 15, but they got caught in the market shift.
Right. And the sign literally said, buy one house, get one for free.
Yeah, and these were like, I think around 400,000, give or take.
Yeah, and they're decent-sized houses,
and that
too.
wasn't a joke. That was serious.
Right. And so the point being is this is just the market essentially pendulum swinging from one extreme, and then eventually it'll go. I mean, I'm not sure. Again, and we want to be really clear. I don't think that we're going to really experience a meaningful buyer's market on a grand scale anytime soon, 3 to 5 years, maybe even further. Julie and I's our crystal ball gets a little murky beyond maybe 36 months.
Yes.
But
I have a little more proof for you if you want
yes,
to segue.
Please. Go for it.
So, for example, and this is something that we've been tracking, so you guys are not freaking out about this reporting that you see here and there about the whole forbearance thing. This is hot off the presses. It says FHA introduces a simplified COVID-19 recovery, quote, waterfall. So what is that? The waterfall is basically how they put people through underwriting. So it says, as was alluded to in June, the FHA last week published a fully revised version of their waterfall loss mitigation options for borrowers coming to the end of their forbearance period. Now, why does this matter? This is something that FHA is getting in front of instead of the market saying, what are you going to do about this? Like the last time it shifted, right? So what are they doing? Well, in order to streamline the process, this is for people coming off of forbearance, the administration is scrapping their old waterfall framework and instead providing two options for servicers processing borrowers coming out of forbearance. First one is a COVID-19